pranayama is also to calm you down, to calm yourself, because you have been going through for the whole day with many things, many thoughts, many activities. So it is just to calm down and bring back to yourself, to relax your body and mind. So we do the breathing exercise. Just take a left hand and with the thumb block your left nostril, and from the right nostril you breathe in, and then with your ring finger block the right nostril and breathe out from the left nostril, and then again breathe in from the left nostril and then block again by the thumb and breathe out from the right nostril. So that is a one set. So do 3 sets of that. So one set is like each nostril get to breathe in and out. So as I said earlier, the left nostril is blocked, right breathe in, and then from the left breathe out, and from the left you breathe in, and from the right you breathe out. So that is one round. So you do 3 rounds of that, and then as you breathe in, be aware that you're breathing in, and breathing out, be aware that you're breathing out. In, out. In, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. If your thoughts are wandering, just be aware, and you need to follow it, and don't try to really pull it back. Just observe, and then slowly come back to your breath again. So you do a 3 round of 3 sets. Breathe in again from the right nostril, breathe out from the left nostril, in from left, out from the right, in, out. As you breathe in, be aware that you're breathing in, and breathing out, be aware that you're breathing out, and feel the breath, the warm breath just above on your upper lips or beneath the nostril. Just focus on the breath. If any thought arises, just be aware, and then don't follow, but just bring slowly back to the breath. Breathe in, breathe out. So now put both your hands, like right hand on top of the left, like this, and then join the thumbs together and put it on top of the lap. And then from the both nostrils, breathe in and breathe out. In, out. Breathing in breathing out, be aware that you're breathing out. In, out. In, out. In, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. In, out. Just focus on your breath. The thought will come, the thought will arise. It will go to the past, it will go to the future. But just observe, don't follow, and don't control too much as well. But just let it be, let it go, and then just observe, and then you just follow your breath. As you breathe in, be aware that you're breathing in. Breathing out, be aware that you're breathing out. In, out. So this one also you do a set of 3 times. Times 3. You sit in the same position, but now we do a breath of fire. So which means you take a deep breath inside, fill your stomach, the diaphragm, with the breath, breathing in, and then when you breathe out in a shot 10 times. Or if it is 10 is very difficult for you in the beginning, then you can do 5 times. So take a deep breath, fill your stomach. You can feel that your stomach is coming out because it's being filled by the air. And then when you breathe out, you just don't breathe out in one breath, but in a small 10 or 5. You can feel your stomach going up and down. Take a deep breath, very long deep breath as you breathe in, and then breathing out, breathe out in a shot. Don't breathe in as you're breathing out in a shotter. Don't take any air in, just out. It should come from the stomach, from the diaphragm, lower abdomen, not from the chest. Again, breathe in, breathe out. Once again, breathe in, out. Breathe in, long breath. Breathe out, short breath. So you can sit in the same posture with the spine straight and the eyes focusing either on the tip of the nose or an arm's length in front of you. And then now take in a very deep breath in, and then just release one long breath as well, and then make a sound as well, so that you bring out all your stress. Like when we are very tired, we just plonk on the sofa or on the chair or bed, and then just we do like that. Just release all the stress out. Breathe in. You can make noise as well. Just drop all the tensions, the stress that you have inside. Take a very long breath, deep breath in. Just drop everything. As you breathe out, just drop everything and relax. Not only your mind, body also relax. You can feel that the stress is coming out, and you can feel the lightness in the shoulder and all this when you do that. You can do that 3 times. Or if you feel that there's still the stress in you, that you feel the heaviness in your body, mind, thoughts, then you can do a few times until you feel light in your body. Now you rub both your palms together. And then you can rub it around your eyes, face, neck and arm. What do you feel? Do you feel relaxed? A bit?
Good evening.
Sit back to
So welcome to our 3rd session of the meditation class. So you have just received some instructions on breathing exercises from Venerable Dr. Tenzin from Bhutan. So any questions on the pranayama before we proceed? So during the pranayama, where was your mind? Were you focusing on your breath? Were you focusing on your breath? I feel okay. When your mind wandered away, what did you do? What? Okay, you gently brought it back to. You brought it back to. Okay. So now we will practice for 10 minutes. We will practice anapanasati, which is the mindfulness of breathing in and breathing out. Okay, it's an extension of the pranayama. So in previous classes, we have already explained the benefits of pranayama. So, but for your benefit, I'm going to explain again. Pranayama is very important because it's actually, pran is our life force energy, right? Life force energy, every day you come back from lecture, you know, you're so tired, you know, and usually we drink Red Bull. Okay, right? Yeah? All these things. But if every day you drink Red Bull, what will happen to your body? Sugar level is going to increase, right? There is all these drinks, energy drinks and all, supposedly they give you a bit of a glucose push, right? Like an adrenaline rush like that. So, but is that a good solution? Is that a sustainable solution for your tiredness? Option number 2, sleep. But let's say you're going for exam, right? You didn't sleep the whole night because you're studying, and then at 8 a.m. your exam, suddenly you feel sleepy. So you try to drink Red Bull, it doesn't work, right? And then you might get a headache because it's just too, or maybe it's just too early to drink. Or maybe you don't have Red Bull available on campus, or you forgot to buy, These kinds of tangible things are not, and you're not allowed to bring food and drink into the examination hall. What can you do? What can you do? Pranayama. Really? So good. So easy lah, your answer. Like as if pranayama has been your staple solution since like beginning of life, you know. So what have you been how did you resolve? I mean, what is your fix? Your quick fix? Okay, exercise, but you're already flat. How can you exercise? So you eat. So you have an energy bar. The third solution is energy bar. You snack and then become fat, right? And snacking is also snacking will make you sleepier. For a short while, your glucose will go up. Then after that, it will make you sleepy, right? So what other solutions you have? Take a shower, right? Come out a bit fresh, but you know, after a nice shower, you also feel very sleepy. Correct? So what is a good solution? And that you don't have to get wet, you don't have to spend money, right? Then what? You don't have to what? What was the other solution? You don't have to buy anything, and instantly, and so you can take into your examination hall also. What can you do? So it is your breath. Yeah, it is your breath. So your breath, whether you go to the toilet, you go to the exam, interview, wherever it is, the breath is always with you. So that is the plus point of the breath. So that is why pranayama is so important. So pranayama, controlling the breath. So it's actually, you're not really controlling the breath, but you're actually just guiding, you're following the breath. You're following the breath. So in a way, when we say control the breath, also not really true. So did you control the breath just now? No, right? You let the breath go naturally. So breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I'm aware that I'm breathing out. In, out, in, out. So the idea is to be aware, right? Were you aware that you were breathing in, breathing out? Okay? So you did the entire round of pranayama. Now, can you compare your thoughts before and after the pranayama? Your mind, you know, the quality of your mind. What was it? How was it? After the pranayama, it was messy. Before the pranayama. Okay, thank you for that. Yeah, thank goodness for that actually. Testimonial. So basically, you know, it's entirely up to you. Okay, and some people ask how long to do the pranayama. 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds. I say until your tiredness dissipates. So sometimes you're so tired from here, and sometimes you feel a chest pain, you know. Especially those who do gaming, like maybe hours and hours, don't get up from your seat, and after that you feel heart pain. And you know, some people have died, yeah? When you don't sleep throughout the night, 36 hours just gaming, and then after that you wake up, then you feel a little bit nauseous, a little bit pain, you know, painful, then next thing you know, gone. So why does this happen? It's because you forgot you're breathing, but you're not mindful. Right? So you're not mindful. So everything comes back to mindfulness. So pranayama is actually 50% is doing the work of settling down your thoughts. So every day your thoughts are like this. So it's like, have you seen an EEG reading of somebody who is anxious? So, yeah. So how is it? And what happens if you hear bad news? No, not your own bad news. Bad news about somebody, but it's your heart is being, you know, recorded. What would the reading be? It's quite high, isn't it? So when you give like this kind of shocks to people, actually the deadline is not next week, is tomorrow. But then assignment you forgot, right? So there are spikes in your mind. All of us are not stable. How many of you are like this? Thankfully lah, not you'll be dead, right? But then again, your mind can be like this. Even though the heart must pump. If the heart is like this, if your heartbeat is like this, that means your heart doesn't beat anymore. But your mind can be like this. Your mind does not have to go up, go down, go up, go down. It can be like this. So just now, I want to ask you, before pranayama, this is pranayama lah, okay? Now you use your hand and tell me where your thoughts before pranayama and after pranayama, okay? So that means after pranayama, the thoughts, let's say the thoughts, this one is predatum lah, the thoughts like plenty and then less or don't have at all. So now before pranayama, how many thoughts? Not so many. This one expert already. Up to you. Maybe you had no thoughts, so it could be like this. Right? So after pranayama, how many thoughts? I mean, not to say how many, yeah. Agree or don't agree? Agree or don't agree? This is an experiment. So when we talk about meditation, it's not the prerogative of Buddhists. It doesn't belong to the Buddhist community. It doesn't belong to the Jain community. It doesn't belong to Hindu community. It belongs to humanity. Because, very simple only, why does meditation belong to everybody? There are two things. Number one, does everybody breathe? Yes. Okay, that's number one. Number two, okay, you all have mind or not? You have mind? Or only Buddhists have mind, the others no mind one. So because Buddhists study the mind, so the mind is only with the Buddhists, you know. So other people actually don't have a mind lah. So that's why they don't need to do meditation. So it's like it's so absurd, isn't it? Third thing is there such thing as a Buddhist mind, a Hindu mind, a Muslim mind, or a Hindu breath, or a Christian breath? Right? There isn't any? Are you sure? You better go and check and see, because a lot of people say that there is. Yeah, but actually everybody is the same, because mind is intangible, it's abstract, right? And can you see how connected we are? We are more connected than we actually know, because meditation transcends religion, it transcends the physical body, it transcends our preconceived notions. Ultimately, it will transcend our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions. Completely, we can actually leave this behind, and the mind is just going up, 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 right? So, in the first class, I already explained that, meditation is like we are like energy beings. We are energy beings. We eat. And what are we eating? We are eating vegetables, we are eating, some of us eat animals, right? And what do the animals eat? Animals will eat other animals, or they will eat vegetables. So where does the vegetable come from? So basically it comes from the sun, the rain, the soil and all, correct? So through the process of photosynthesis, correct? So which means that the sun is actually what? The sun's rays is being absorbed by a plant, right? Because there is chlorophyll. Am I correct? Very simple. And then what does that? It turns the sun's rays into starch, and then that becomes a plant. And then that contains solar energy. And that solar energy is transferred to a small animal when the small animal eats the plant. And then when we eat the small animal, then the energy is transferred into us. Correct? So, which means that what is the act of eating all about? Yes. The act of eating is just to get energy. Get energy to do what? To live. Exactly. Very good answer. So basically, all those different varieties of roti canai, nasi lemak, char kway teow, all these things, basically, what is it? If you are a meditator, you will look at the food not as like a menu. You will look at it as if it is like under a microscope, electron microscope, and you will see it as energy. You will see food as energy. Okay, now, what is meditation? How many of you feel more energetic after pranayama? Slightly more energetic? When you feel peace, relax, energetic. The word that I'm using, energetic, means that you are not burdened anymore. There is clarity in the mind. There is space. There is this, how to say, there is this, how many of you feel less tired? Less tired. Okay, so the very fact you're less tired, that means it's synonymous to more energetic. Less tired means more energetic. Now what happened? Did you eat? Did you eat an energy bar? Did you eat a plant? Did you eat a small animal? Did you take isotonic drink, 100 plus? Did you take Red Bull? What happened? What happened? There was a rejuvenation of your energy. It is the rebalancing of your chi, right? So which means that we are out of balance one. So when we were out of balance, so every day when we do our stuff, we are depleting our energy. That's why we have to eat, right? If every day we do our stuff and we never deplete our energy, do we ever need to eat? How many of you never feel hungry one? No need to eat, but must eat. Do you eat or not? In one day, do you eat? 3 days once?
No, 3 times.
Oh, 3 times one. Okay, in a day. So let's just say we reverse it. 3 days one time you eat. Can tahan or not? So now, the Muslims are fasting, right? So how do you think the Muslim brothers and sisters can tahan? Tahan means can endure. Yeah? How? Mind. Exactly. It is mind over matter. So what we are feeding, we are just feeding our matter, energy, right? So basically, pranayama is actually an exercise of feeding your mind. That is 50%. It is actually basically rejuvenating your body so that you are less, chatty in your mind. The conceptual thoughts reduce, the mental chatter reduce, then your inner happiness increase, your restlessness reduce, something like that. But pranayama only does 50% of the job, because it's just breathing, it's just playing with your breath, right? You are just observing your breath, observing your breath, observing your breath. Now we come to the actual meditation. Now the actual meditation, if you observe in the laboratory of your mind, the actual meditation will elevate your energy levels. So for those people who meditate 24 hours a day, or maybe say 10 hours a day, how many times do they eat? Do you think they need to eat 3 times like us? How many times? Any guess? Twice a day. Okay, you say twice. Have you seen monks eating once a day or not? Right. And you always think, have you ever thought that, are they not hungry? Poor thing, maybe, they are so suffering, right? But actually no, because the food comes from the mental cultivation. So mental cultivation, taming the mind, reducing our chattery thoughts, So all these things take out a lot of energy. Okay, we are the handphone people. We are the handphone generation, mobile generation, right? Okay, now your mobile phone, okay, if you open too many apps at the same time, too many applications, will your battery run out faster or even, yeah? So the phone will become slower with more stuff inside, and the battery will run out faster because you have so many applications open, isn't it? Correct or not? So sometimes we have to close all the applications and just go on very energy saving mode. Energy saving mode, that means less light, correct? And then what? And then you try to, whatever apps that are open, just close, So you only run on the very bare minimum. Is this not your experience? Or you talk too long on the phone, your battery deplete or not deplete? You use a flash, battery deplete or doesn't deplete? What about you take photo here, there, everywhere, take video especially, right? So can you draw parallels to your mind or not? Now learn how to use things in your ordinary life to relate it to your mind. How do you relate that to your mind? So every day we talk so much, So deplete the battery lah. Same like tok tok tok, battery gone, right? And then we look here, look there, listen here, listen there, you know, talk here, talk there, yeah, touch here, touch there, walk here, walk there, do this, do that. And then the mind also, grab here, grab there, push here, push there, past lah, future lah. So then after that, what happens? The mind just gets completely drained out. You focus outside, 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 outside. So the very fundamental explanation of meditation is like this. You get completely depleted because your sense is projecting outwards, outwards, outwards. So your 5 senses, eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, plus a mind, yeah, your mind, mental consciousness. So this one always projecting to the past, going to the future, you like, you dislike, and then after that, drain out lah. So tired, isn't it? Correct or not? Now I'm going to bring you into a journey inside to go into energy conservation mode. So meditation is like energy conserving, but for what purpose? Why do we need to? Can we charge the battery instantly? Like, okay, handphone deplete already, straight away find charger. Okay, but what happens if the handphone no charger? Someone got no power bank, forgot charger at home, and then your type A, type C or whatever it is, no, suddenly I'm using Android, you're using iPhone, then you ask me for charger, I say sorry, I don't have. Then how? So what happens when you have no handphone at that time? I mean, no charger at that time, cannot charge, right? So that happens to a lot of people. And when that happens to people, when they cannot charge their mental battery, they have mental breakdown, they have mental health issues, they have mental blockages, they have, what is that called? Mental fog. You start feeling tired, you start feeling depleted, you start feeling angry, irritated, you want to punch your friend, you cannot stand, you know, so many things. So all this is a result of the depletion of your mental energy. So you cannot think straight anymore. So now can you understand, if I reverse the situation, I ask you in a different way, now you understand what is meditation or not. Why meditation is important? Because it conserves your energy. Instead of looking outside, you go inside. And for what purpose? So that you can maintain your balance, your mental health. The balance is very, very important. When your mental energy is very high, then you really can see your mind, how it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, and suddenly you can see all these things, yeah. So it's just a matter of time before you start looking. Today is the 3rd class. So by the 6th class, you will know what to see, how to see, and how to respond to a mind that's always fluctuating. Okay, so now for those who are new, what do you want to learn? Why are you here, and how can I help you? If you tell me you want to levitate, sorry. Or walk through the walls, no can do, yeah. Anything else I can help you other than supernatural powers? You want to who is here for any supernatural powers? Maybe you want to walk on water, next life you want to be reborn in the lotus, I don't know, yeah. What? Oh. Who has such lofty aspirations? So I'm sorry I haven't reached that stage yet. And even if I have reached, I will not teach, yeah, because that's not the point. Okay, so now can we do a very short exercise on anapanasati? It's about mindfulness in breathing in and breathing out. So bring your right hand over your left, okay, and then you put like a mountain, and then you put a smile on your face. So now remember the cardinal rule of meditation. The rule of meditation is very simple. The first rule is focus on the breath. Your object of meditation, just maintain focus on it. Number 2, if your mind wanders to the past or future or away from the object of meditation, gently bring your mind back to the object. And 3rd, you must smile. Okay, and 4th, keep your back straight. And 5th, enjoy. Yeah, don't compare, don't bother, just enjoy. So the meditation is about enjoying your breath. Okay, so let's start. So sit in meditation posture, back straight. your your hands in meditation posture, your shoulders relax, your tongue touching the upper palate. You can choose to close or open your eyes. But if you open your eyes, the gaze must be at least 3 feet in front of you. And then you tell yourself, breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I'm aware that I'm breathing out. In, out, in, out. Breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I'm aware that I'm breathing out. In, out, in, out. So breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I'm aware that I'm breathing out. In, out, in. So, if your mind has wandered to the past is gone. Yeah, you cannot bring it back again, and you can't change anything. You can't go back into the past to change it. So, let go. And the future has not yet come. So also let go. Yeah, don't worry. This particular time you have, this 1 hour, you will not worry about the past, will not worry about the future. And if something you like from the 5 senses, suddenly comes out, ooh, nice smell, nice taste, hungry, craving for this and that, just leave it, let go. And if there's something that you don't like, don't like my voice, your pain is coming up in your legs and you cannot sit for long, and your aversion starts to come up, also let go and gently bring the mind back to the breath. Okay, so now you continue with this exercise. Tell yourself, breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I'm aware that I'm breathing out. In, out, in, out. Wonderful. Breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I'm aware that I'm breathing out. In, out, in, out. Fantastic. So okay, so now you continue. Just focus on the breath and relax and enjoy and go deep into your own self. Yeah, so now the breath is like the key that is opening the door into your inner universe. So you're just stepping into your own self, that vastness in your own self. 1 step, 2 step. With each breath, you're going deeper, deeper, deeper into yourself. Okay? Forget about past, forget about future, forget about likes, dislikes. No need to judge whether I'm doing right or not. As long as you're focusing on the breath, and if your mind goes haywire, bring it back to the breath, you're correct. And then don't judge. There is no competition here. No need to be the best meditator. Just relax, enjoy. Beautiful breath. And I will sing for you, yeah? So, breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I'm aware that I'm breathing out. So use the natural rhythm of your own breath, naturally. Breathe in, breathe out, naturally, yeah? So don't be too uptight. Smile. I don't see anyone smiling. So put a smile on your face, yeah, and relax. So when you smile, you relax. Inside becomes spacious. So start to note the sensations in your body when you start relaxing. Yeah, be aware, be very aware of what's going on. See how your mind notes the breathing in, breathing out, how your mind reacts, when something comes up, or the thoughts of the past come out, thoughts of the future, where your mind goes. So now you're going to lasso your mind, yeah, with the rope of mindfulness, and you bring it back and then give it the banana of the breath. The breath is like the banana. the monkey needs to play with the banana. We need to eat, isn't it? So your mind also is like a monkey, goes here, goes there. So to make a monkey quiet, we give a banana. To make your mind quiet, we give you the breath. But with the rope of mindfulness. Mindfulness means remembering. So you remember to do what? Remember to bring your mind back to the breath when you have wandered in the 10 directions and beyond. Gently bring your mind back to the breath. So your job is to be like a watchman, like a jaga, in, out, people coming in, people coming out of your establishment, of the security gate, the front gate. So breathe in, breathe out. So you just observe at the tip of your nostril, breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I'm aware that I'm breathing out. And then just continue, no need to think about anything. So non-judgmental awareness, just relax, yeah? Nobody's watching you. Who cares, yeah? Everybody is into their own minds. No one is looking at you. So continue, tell yourself, breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I'm aware that I'm breathing out. In, out, in, out. So it has to be the natural rhythm of your breath, yeah? Don't follow my pace, your own pace. So continue, and I will sing you a song. In, out, deep, slow, calm, ease, smile, release, present moment, wonderful moment. Truly, present moment is wonderful moment. It's the only moment where you're truly alive. Present moment means when you're fully focused on your breath to the exclusion of everything else around you. You're just focusing on your breath, but completely aware of everything, and yet not going out and grasping at the 5 senses. You're done with that whole life. You have done that. Now we are just going to let go of all the 5 senses: eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. Who cares about nice sound, nice smell, nice taste, nice touch? Yeah, memories of the past, they are gone. Worries about the future, future is not here yet. So for now, what can I do? Nothing. Just rest and relax. Enjoy your breath. That's all you need to do. Relax, enjoy. You're like sitting on a beautiful couch and plonking into the couch, this beanbag, and then you're plonking onto the beanbag of your breath. Imagine your breath like a couch, very super comfy. You just sit on the couch and relax and just chill. Space out. Not that much of spacing out. Still have to remember your breath. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. I am blooming as a flower. I am fresh as a dew. I am solid as a mountain. I am firm as the earth. I am free. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. I am water, reflecting what is real, what is true. And I feel there is space deep inside of me. I am free, I am free, I am free. So now, gently open your eyes. Okay. Okay. So how was the experience? Any comments, questions? Okay, so basically how did you sit? First tell me. Okay, so you can sit, you can show the Burmese position where one leg is in front of the other. Nahin, ito. One leg is in front of the other. Or sit on two. Can give her this one. Elevate yourself. Yeah.
Or you can put this.
So you can elevate it.
Stretch like that. Stretch.
You feel better? You feel old? No, it's just a matter of getting used to it. So you can elevate yourself, it's okay. And then you can change your position. You need not sit in the lotus position only. Yeah, you can sit in the semi-lotus. You can sit in the happy position.
Like this.
You can sit like that.
Very important is
The idea is to keep your back straight. Yeah? Okay? And the worst come to worst, just sit on the chair. And give yourself give yourself a break. Oh, so the determination is very great. That's very good, yeah? So, okay. I know your determination. I've seen it in your in your work, yeah? Okay, yeah. So what about you, brother? Your new so meditation to this class? What did you feel? Any experience? You feel good? Meaning? Good means?
It's like most of my thoughts on the duty, all the assignments.
But where did they go? Why do they come? And where did they go? Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought that your mind is the greatest magician? Have you ever thought that the greatest fraud is sitting right inside there and telling you this is real, run after it, grab it and suffer? So what happened? What happened to all of you? How many of you were grabbing? So it's like I don't know in which class I asked you all to take something, take an object, whichever object that you have, hold it. Just hold it as high as I'm holding it. You can hold my phone. Okay? So if not, you just imagine, yeah. If you don't have an object, you can imagine that you're holding something. Observe your mind while you're holding it, yeah? And observe your body also when you're holding something. Okay, now hold it tighter. Observe the sensations in your body and the mind. When you're holding it tighter, you're tightening your grip. Can you feel something happening in your what's happening? Tense. Where? Tell me where. The hand, and then look deeper on the mental level, or in the or other parts of the body. When you are clenching it, can you feel any tension anywhere else in your body? Anywhere else? Jaw also? Anyone else? Anywhere? I feel it in my heart, like that. It's stress, you know? Yeah? Anyone else? So, okay now. So this is a exercise for the rest of your life. You have to hold your phone like this until you expire. I'm not kidding. You should do it. You're already doing it. Isn't it? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? How are you doing it every day? Through your what? You're all the time going out, isn't it? Like nice sound, nice smell. So what are you doing? Grasping. So this is called grasping. This is called grasping. Grasping, right? And how does grasping feel? Grasping feels good, relaxing. How many of you feel this is an extremely relaxing exercise for you? That you've never felt more peaceful before by grasping at your bottle and object? How many of you feel like it's the most absurd thing to do for the rest of your life? If I were to ask you to do this, tell me. Would you like to do this for the rest of your life? We have been doing it all your lives. So why can't you do it for the rest of your lives? So this is a metaphor. This is a metaphor for, right, grabbing at the past, keeping like that. So the past is one object that you're holding, and then this one, future. So you got imagine yourself as having many hands. Now, one hand is for the past. Okay, just four. One hand is for the future. One hand is for likes. Whatever you like, nice sound, smell, touch, taste. You grab, and then one you're pushing. So this one is like I'm having four arms, you know. So it's like this one I push, huh? So everything also is like grabbing and grasping. Even pushing away things that you don't like is also a form of grasping. So now, whole life doing, you look at your mind, every second of the mind you're doing this. So that's why we are the most primitive beings, I said. So every second of the mind. So now tired already or not? Tired? Okay, so put down, never mind. I feel sorry for you and myself also. Put down. Okay. What does the experience of putting your object down feel? Relief. Okay. So now you understand why meditation is important. Meditation provides relief. Relief from what? Relief from the constant habit of grasping. So in Tibetan, the meditation is called Gom. Gom means habituation. Actually, meditation is not, the word meditation is not all encompassing in English. If you look at it from native languages, so it's like Tibetan language really captures the essence of meditation. It means habituation. So now we are habituated to going outside, right? We want to grab at things like, you know what, nice sound, grab. Nice sight, oh beautiful flower, grab. Then what else? Nice touch, grab somebody's hand, you know. All these things we are going up, grab, isn't it? So the whole life we've been grabbing outside, but still not tired. But do meditation 5 minutes, tired already. But actually that's because we are not used to coming inside. So we are used to going outside there, eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, grabbing, right? And then holding it like that every single second. If you really look at your mind, you will look at your mind. Actually, if I tell you that your mind is actually, the speed of your mind is 1 to the power of 12, the thought. That fast. So it's like you think that the thought is like one film. It's like one, you know, when you watch a movie, the movie is actually made of of what? Scenes, right? And if you look at your camera last time, when you like have your 36 camera, your your photo, your Kodak one, I don't know whether you were born in that time or not. Your camera, yeah, not disposable one, the the one where you have a Kodak film. Forget it. What about a projector? Have you ever seen where there's a negative, there's a film, there's a reel, right? There is one scene here, and then you have to have what? You have to like how to say joro? How to say joro? Join it. So you join it. So you join it together. So one scene join in another scene, join in another scene. Then you play it continuously on the projector. It becomes a film. That's exactly how your mind works. So even now also, if you're that's why I said the mind, you are harnessing your energy in order for you to see how fast your mind got so many processes, huh? So now when you're looking at me, it's actually already about 1 million thoughts already done. But how come it doesn't look disjointed, like pixely, you know? Everything look very clear, very continuous. Actually, that's not how it is, huh? Our thoughts, huh? Millions of thoughts have already come like that. That's how our mind is playing. But we don't know. We think everything is just one entity. It's not, yeah? So millions and millions and millions of sensations that actually create this picture in front of us only. And this picture in front of us is not the true picture. Right? It's actually made up of different. But we can't see it yet because we don't have that mental energy that I talked about. Because our mental energy is gone. Here, there, everywhere. Right? So, if you really want to understand the reality of your being and become a more calm, a composed, sorted person, you know, you really have to understand how your mind works. So if you see mind grabbing this, grabbing that, all these are happening at the same time. Actually, not really actually at the same, it looks like it's actually at the same time, but it's actually so many grasping, one after another, after another, after another, after another, after another. And that is depleting our energy, deplete, because all the time, consistently like that. Past, future, like, dislike, can go crazy, man. For those of you who know this reality of your now, you cannot be the same person already. You will go out, you will start seeing things as, oh, I'm grabbing this, I'm grabbing that. That's the process. That's how it will be initially when you're meditating. When you go down the street, you suddenly feel that, hey, my mind is going towards the flower, my mind is going towards this sound. Then it's like you think that you're going crazy because you start to notice. Before this, you didn't notice. Now you start noticing. And after noticing and before noticing, if somebody didn't point out your mind to you, you will never notice, and that's called ignorance. So you're actually in a slumber of ignorance where you don't really know what your mind is doing, because your mind is a super magician that masquerades everything as one coherent picture, and then it doesn't tell you that it's actually made of parts. So you think that this is a beautiful song, you know, and then you go and grab it because you think grabbing at external things is real, right? And that is your reality. What if I put to you that your reality is not out there, but your reality is in here, in the realm of your mind? Your mind is creating the external reality. And then you go back into your mind, you watch the processes of your mind, then slowly you get to understand why you are like that. So we are habituated to something which is external. You can sit on a chair. If you feel painful, sit on the chair, don't suffer. Yeah, it's very susah. You feel painful, right? Oh no, okay. So that is meditation. Yeah, meditation is habituation of the mind. So now you already grasp at this one. You want to continue grasping? Or do you think it's wiser to put it down? So now, when you did that meditation session just now, what was the difference between that 10 minutes and your daily life? So daily life, what are you doing? Daily life, what are you doing? Basically. So in your meditation, what happened when you... How many of you agree that in meditation you actually had some rest and feel relaxed? Why? Why? Because simple only, there's only two words to describe that phenomena. Let go. One. So you let go. So meditation is actually letting go. Letting go of what? Not letting go of responsibility. Letting go of grasping at things. So when you grasp at things, take everything so personally. One, grasp. Can you imagine every now and then you are clenching? Can you ever be at peace? Because you already know what you are in daily life. And then 10 minutes you suddenly come here and then you practice meditation for 10 minutes, you feel good. Now have you ever wondered why meditation makes you feel good? Because you simply let go. Right? So in your daily life, how are you going to let go? You have to work, you have to study, so many things. So how can you maintain this in your daily life? Come, let's drink tea. So who can pour the tea? Zhenxing, you are the one most in front and also the leader here. So would you like to have some tea? Yes, okay. So, okay, 1, 2, 3, and Venerable, 4 of you will take tea. Okay, special brew, okay, this one. So we will have tea today. You put already, cold lah, not cold lah.
No, just
Okay, so now, so we will have tea. Lovely. Yes, you may pour the tea. So the 4 of you are going to drink tea. It may not be sizzling, piping hot, but I guess it's okay, yeah? So now, Venerable she has some guidelines for you on how to drink tea. So it will be the best tea of your lives, yeah, today. Right? Okay, let's see. Just drink the tea. Just this much, just to drink the tea. Okay? Right. So I will focus only on Venerable. You drink the tea. Okay? So Venerable, can you please tell them how they drink tea normally? Normal. In the normal days, how they drink?
normally we just grab and
Can you
gulp
show?
them down, yeah?
Can you show how they do it normally? And then after that you show how you should do it. How we should do it.
So normally, as soon as it is given to us, it's just this drink. Huh? Normally, we have to do like when we pour the tea also, it's mindfully. Then as you put this, also be aware, like how we be aware of the breath. So as we pick up the pot, be aware that we all our focus is on that, because the meditation object earlier we were doing on the breath. So this is the object, picking up, then I'm pouring. Then after that, also pick up slowly and be aware that when you're picking up, it's going up, slowly. And then feel that it's going down. Feel the warmth, the taste in the tongue, in the mouth. When it goes down, you can feel the warmth going down. You can try it.
Try in the new way of drinking tea, yeah?
Just be aware when you do this. Slowly drink.
And at the same time, when you're picking up, don't forget your breath. So breathing in, you know you're breathing in. Breathing out, you're aware that you're breathing out. In, out. So you Once you can establish that, bring it closer and feel the cup touching your mouth, lips, and then feel the liquid slowly touching your tongue, and just be at peace, yeah? And I will sing for you. Okay? Enjoy your tea. Happiness is here and now. I have dropped my worries. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. No longer in a hurry. Happiness is here and now. I have dropped my worries. Somewhere to go, something to do, but I don't need to hurry. So no need to hurry, because so many things to do. My teacher, Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh, who is the composer of all the songs that I sang to you, Plum Village Tradition, he says that I have so much to do, therefore I should go slow. So contemplate that while drinking your tea. Take a second round, third round, enjoy. Sorry, we only have 4 cups. Next time we take turns, we serve you tea.
Special tea.
Special brew.
Special brew. Try.
If only you feel comfortable sharing with your friend, you can share. And if your friend feels comfortable sharing with you, otherwise it's exclusively yours. So, okay, when you are serving the tea, also slowly serving the tea. So, the idea is not to drink the tea and taste yummy, yummy. The idea is to feel the tea on your tongue, feel the teacup on your lips, feel, yeah. So now please pick it up very mindfully. That means you're slowly going, carrying that cup, and then you can feel the texture of that cup, the temperature, and then you bring it up, and then you know it's coming towards you, and then it sticks to it gets contact with your mouth,
mindful, you can feel
and then just breathe in,
blood as well,
breathe
as
out,
it goes down.
breathe out, and then then the liquid goes down. You feel, you know, you're just aware, completely aware. Don't think of past, no future, no like, no dislike. You and the tea become one. You are the tea and the tea is you. Drink the tea in such a way.
The rest of the group also
If-
water, they will try.
Yeah, if you have water, like, okay, I will try with my water now. I don't have tea, it's okay, I have water. Never mind, I'll take it. So I just want to be, I want to show them, no need tea also, never mind, open. Okay, slowly bring. While maintaining the awareness, breathing in, breathing out. Once more, if you want to drink again, same thing, feel, touching your lips, and the liquid touching your tongue. Feel your hands touching the cup. Feel your buttocks on the floor. Feel your legs touching the ground. completely be in the present moment. Present moment, wonderful moment. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. The past is gone. The future has not yet come. All I need to do is just drink the tea. Nothing else to do. So hard, isn't it? It's not easy just to drink a cup of tea in mindfulness. Yet it's difficult and yet easy. If you know why you should do it, the drinking of the tea becomes so natural to you. In mindfulness, 100% you become the teacup. The teacup becomes you. You become the tea becomes you. There's no separation between the drinker and the drink. Try and see one more time, drink. The drinker and the drink become one. You are the tea and the tea is you. You are the cup and the cup is you. If you do things slightly slowly in life and fully focus, this is called mindfulness. So this is a teaching on mindfulness. That means you remember to note that you're carrying the cup. You remember to note how the cup feels in your hand, how your legs feel on the floor, how the cup feels on your lips, how the tea feels on your tongue, how it goes in. You remember to note. So mindfulness is the foundation of meditation. So which means that you live in the present moment, in the here and now, noting every experience. And that noting makes you one with the object. And that's how all the conceptual thoughts just go away through daily life experience. So this is, just now was cushion, meditation cushion experience. That was easy. Is this easy or that one easier? Sitting on the cushion easier or drinking your tea is easier? In terms of cushion easier. Cushion easier.
Both are not easy for me.
Cushion not easy for you. Tea is easier.
Both are not easy.
Both are not easy for you. It takes time, right? So now can you understand how to live your life? You can actually do everything by noting. So when you are in your daily life, when you're bathing, you pick up the balti or gayung, whatever it is, your scooper. Or if you have a shower, you can feel how the shower touches your body, right? And then also when you put shampoo, you can feel shampoo, how it touches, the texture, the cold, the temperature. When you walk, the ground is soft, the ground is hard. You just know. When you hold a pen, which you never do nowadays, okay, I don't know whether you know what is a pen or not, your generation. Sorry, So when you hold a pen, you know how it feels like. When you write, you can feel the rhythm of your hand writing, and then the sensation of your hand touching the pen, and then the pen touching the paper. That is life. That is fully alive. When you're watching TV, you know you're watching TV. When you're listening to your lecturer, you know you're listening to the lecturer. You know that your hand is on the computer when you are working. You just know how the keyboard feels. And then if your keyboard, somebody gives you a replacement computer, blindfolded, you know this is not mine. Because you can truly feel how does a person who is visually impaired knows this thing belongs to the person, him or not. This lane goes back home or not. They have a heightened sense of mindfulness. How? How does a person who is, hearing impaired have a heightened sense of awareness when it comes to where they are? They have heightened sensitivity. How? Because one sensation is impaired, so they have to rely on insight, other senses become heightened. So you see, we have 5 senses going outwards, right? When one goes, we become more functional inside. So now I'm not trying to take away your 5 senses. Keep it, yeah. I don't need it. Yeah. Just keep it. You don't have to chop your ears, chop your nose, chop your tongue. No. But you need to know how to go back inside, moment to moment, and live in the moment. Live in the moment. Note everything in the moment. Use your 5 senses to bring your mind back to your breath. That is daily life. So in meditation, you don't want the 5 senses to come. Past, future, you say no. But in the meditation, in daily life, the tactile sensations, you use this as a bridge to come back to your breath. When you're teaching, listening to your lecturer's voice, listen, the lecturer's voice brings me back to my true self. And in the morning, you listen to the birds, listen. The chirping of the birds bring me back to my true self. Every hour, Nottingham bell, listen, the bell of Nottingham Trent building brings me back to my true self. Listen, my students are talking. You know, if you're a lecturer, listen. Even you listen to your own voice, listen, I am lecturing. It brings me back to my true self. Listen, and then you feel, stepping, tactile sensation bring me back to my true self. So this is a different way. All this while I've been teaching you that the 5 senses are the culprit, right? They are not the culprit. The culprit is us who are grasping at the 5 senses. So now if we take the 5 senses and direct the 5 senses to do our bidding, we are the master. No longer the 5 senses is the master. We are the master, 5 senses. Now I train you to come to bring me back to my true self. So how? So if you look at something nice, wonderful sight, this beautiful flower brings me back to my true self. This beautiful sound brings me back to my true self. This beautiful nasi lemak smell. So your cravings and everything, you can transform them onto the path of awakening. Bring back to the true self. The taste, beautiful taste brings me back to my true self. Beautiful touch brings me back to my true self. So that is mindfulness. So mindfulness means noting, remembering moment to moment what you do when you're holding a broom. You're sweeping the floor. You know, you feel how the broom is. So you're using all your senses. You're not chopping your hands off. You don't have to do that. Some people misunderstand Buddhist teachings or the teachings of mindfulness, actually thinking that we have got to block. So pretty girl comes. Why don't pretty girl come? Say, pretty girl brings me back to my true self. That's it. Then you drop the grasping. You change the narrative. Handsome boy brings me back to my true self. So then you reduce. You no longer have any identification that the handsome boy is pleasant or unpleasant. You just use that person as an object to bring it back to your true self. Get what I mean? So which means that you don't have to become a monk. Don't have to live in the forest. You don't have to cut yourself out from people. You have to live in society. How to live in society in the plane full of people? How are you going to maintain your mental balance? By every single thing, eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, every single thing you can bring it back to your true self. So breathe in. I'm walking into the plane. Breathing in, I'm walking. I'm sitting in a nice position. So when you enjoy that beautiful first class, the business class, so this comfort, brings me back to my true self. So when you're reading a nice book, oh wow, this story is wonderful. So looking, touching the book, reading the book brings me back to my true self. So the idea is to bring you back to yourself. Every single moment of the day, if you can use your breath and other things around you to bring you back to your true self, then you're already in energy conservation mode. That is called mindfulness. Any questions?
I think I'm being purified
job is not to get rid of anything. So that's where we need a paradigm shift. Your job is just to get one object, focus on one object, and that mindfulness will turn into awareness. So what happens is like this. The process of meditation, when you breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, your conceptual thoughts slowly disappear. The grasping at this and that slowly disappear. So you train today, you train tomorrow, and then when these kinds of things come up, or these things that you want to get rid of come up, you just watch them. That is supposed to be my last class, Vipassana. But since you asked today, it's okay. So basically what you do is you just have to watch it. This is you acknowledge it, it's coming, you watch it as a movie, you don't participate. You sit back, relax, like you on TV, you watch the TV of your mind. So when you watch the TV, you're not the TV, right? You're like TV and you are different, two different things, right? So when you have ownership over your past, ownership over the future, this is my past, this is my future, my story, my anger, my pain. So suppose that all this pain that you have, you say my pain, I have my pain, I am pain. So why don't you just say pain has arisen? My past, the past has arisen. Memories have come up. So they're just memories. They're just thoughts. Nothing else. They're not me. So when you disassociate, so that means you just watch as if you're observing the TV of your mind. Just watch, come lah, whatever lah. So how long can they come? They come, the nature of our mind and the nature of phenomena is like this. It arises, it stays, and then it goes. Nothing in this world arises, and stay forever. Nothing in this world, right? Except nirvana. Okay? So it arises, it stays, and then it just goes. So even sleep also, I give you an example, sleep. So now you're sleepy. If you watch and watch your sleep as if it's like a TV, the sleep will disappear. And then the pain also, you don't say it's my pain. So you just say pain has arisen. So you just try not to look at it. But if it becomes overwhelming, you say, okay, what is this pain? Let me just see, what is this pain? Where did it come from? Where does it head to? You know, what is its quality? Does it have color, shape? You start to look at all these things. Like got shape, got color, got smell, got touch, got texture. What is it? By asking these questions and all, then by the time you know it, before you know it, it disappears. The pain is gone. So all these past memories and all very painful things, trauma, right? Our job is not to suppress. We're not supposed to control. We shouldn't follow it, shouldn't latch on it, shouldn't try to grasp anything. So your job is just to let go, sit back on your nice couch, your sofa, and then you watch the sofa of your breath. You watch this coming in, it's arising, and you say, oh, this one my mind's show. I see. This is my story lah, my YouTube channel. Okay lah, my mind's channel, YouTube, Karma, Children. This one is a different YouTube channel. This one inside here is the worst one. More interesting. Who cares about the movies and TGV and all this, GSC, when I have my own mind to entertain me, eternally. You just watch. Then after that, these thoughts, your energy will dissipate. And when the energy dissipates, the thoughts will disappear. And if you give importance to the thoughts and say, this is my thought, oh, is it? Then, okay, then you're making the thought become greater, higher, you're energizing it with your attention. Then after that, it becomes a concrete reality. So don't concretize anything anymore. By letting go, you are actually deconstructing it on its own. It will dissolve on its own. It's just like a child, for example. A child, let's say, your child, imagine you have a son or a daughter, a 2-year-old walking in a park and then suddenly falls down. Nothing happened also. Then the two parents are there. The child is looking at the parent, watching or not. Then the parent, the mother says, oh, you poor thing, then the more you say, the more the child will go. So then after that, the father, the wise father or the wise mother will tell the husband, no need to go and just observe the child. The child will become okay. So then the child will look a little bit, will cry a little bit, then you're just observing only. Because the child is in a safe space. You're ready to protect when necessary, but not to intervene when the child demands it, So the child is demanding your attention at that time, and you just leave it. Then slowly the child will say, nothing's happening. It doesn't make any difference to my parents. I'll try another trick. But this trick is old. So then the energy of crying will disappear. Do you notice that? You go and smother the child, then after that the child become, Isn't it? You try it on the pets, try it on the children, try it on your mind. Because our mind is like a child. So it's like each time you give it importance. So your mind is we were children once, right? The same trick that we played on our parents is the same trick that our mind is playing on us daily. So the more importance you give it, give more importance. My poor story, my tragedy of the past, you solidify lah. Talk about it more often, complain more often, dream about it more often. Then you concretize it by talking. You concretize it by reminiscing about the past. You concretize it by being nostalgic about it, putting some sad movie songs, and then going back into the past, conjuring it so that you can cry. You get what I mean? Some people do that, yeah? And don't read a tragedy book just so that you can feel in solidarity with the tragic character, just because it's your story. Your story has ended. It's already gone. You can create a new story. Every moment to moment is a new story. So that is already gone. The energy of the past, let it dissipate. No need to latch on to it. So that's how we deal with it. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. So you give it importance lah. 100% you give it importance, the thing will become bigger and bigger, right? But if you just look at it, okay, this is my mental movie. Okay, never mind, it's okay. I just observe, up, down. Sometimes the movie gets a little bit intense. Then suddenly you smell something nice, nasi lemak. You forget the movie, but isn't it? Suddenly, sometimes you're so like somebody like char kway teow. Okay lah, hungry lah, eat. Then after that, the power of that memory is gone. How is it possible? If that memory is so precious to you, so important, no nasi lemak can actually deplete that memory. But it just did. So sometimes the child, crying. Okay, come, got cake here. Come, got toys. Hey, run to the toy. So understand your mind. So if you understand your mind, you'll be a very good parent. You can be 10 steps ahead of your child. Your child can never cheat you, yeah? Because you know your mind. Okay? Any other questions? So it's all about knowing your mind, right? So meditation is not only about being peaceful. Being peaceful is just a small aspect of meditation. Meditation is about habituating your mind to one object, and then from there to the exclusion of everything else in your meditation seat. And then you go deeper and deeper into the deep recesses of your mind, and slowly, and then meditation teaches you how to let go. No need to grasp at this and that, okay? Right? But that is during your sitting session. So during your daily life, transform your mind by using those very senses, but bring the senses back to your breath, back to your breath, back to your breath. Many people cannot bridge the gap between meditation and daily life because they don't know how to use their senses to direct the mind back to the self. That so-called self that we will explore next week. Any other questions? Yes, you have a question. Maybe no more already. Maybe you forgot, yeah?
I think it's about what's the rationale of saying bringing back to your true self?
Okay, this is a very good. Even the word true self itself is actually not correct, because if I were to talk to you about the self, it's like telling you that there's a concrete entity here, but actually we are just processes, right? There is no concrete entity. We are all interdependent on something else. We are all we are not unitary creatures like one block. We are made out of parts, like a bicycle. right? So there is no true self for the bicycle, because the bicycle is made out of parts, the car is made out of parts. In the same way, we are also made out of parts. So the true self is a misnomer. But still, we need to use a convention. So true self means coming back into the inner universe, the inner space within us, the true nature of mind. So the mind's true nature is not that gross mental that you're grasp at this lah, oh you're so pretty lah, yeah this I don't like this lah, you like that lah. That is the gross mind. The subtle mind is one that just knows. No more past, no more future, no like, no dislike, no mental chatter. Is as powerful as a razor blade. The mind that is the true nature of mind, like this. You imagine a sky, or you imagine on a beautiful Tuesday morning, okay, tomorrow you go out and see the sky, beautiful blue sky, no clouds at all, okay. So that is a simile for the space that is inside us. We have actually, our mind is like a sky. So the thoughts are like clouds. So suddenly, after 5 minutes, you see the blue sky and you're being stained by all those clouds. And next thing you know, they become darker and darker. So sometimes your mind also like that. When you wake up in the morning, so beautiful, bright sky inside you, so happy, so spacious, so blissed out. Then when you go to work, suddenly the black clouds come, and then it obscures the sky. So the black clouds of your negative emotions, the stress, your thoughts, the grasping at all the five senses, all these are dark clouds that that we are working through meditation to actually, so that you can see just the sky-like mind. The blue sky is revealed. So now, when I ask you to meditate, don't see the past, no future, no like, no dislike. And then what you're doing is you're using that power of the focus on that breath to let the clouds disappear. And what is left is just the blue sky. That's it. And in the blue sky, you're just so spaced out. Oh, lovely, wonderful. So, but that's on a meditation cushion. What about daily life? How are you going to do that? How? So daily life, you use those clouds, right, to show you the direction back to your sky. Because behind the clouds is actually the sky. So you need to transform those clouds, use it to your advantage, and penetrate those clouds to see the sky. That's how it is. So I got a question from, did I answer your question? Right? So basically there's another way of looking at it. Also, it's like a mirror. The mirror, do you like your mirror to have a lot of cap jari, a lot of prints? Dirty, isn't it? So what you do is you go and clean, right? So can you imagine that your mind is like a mirror? And when I sang the song, our mind is like water reflecting. It's actually clear, crystal clear. Our mind has the quality of knowing awareness. It has the clarity, and it has, what is that called? It's the nature is empty. It's emptiness. There's no inherent existence. It doesn't depend on anything. It's just there, suchness, yeah? So it's like a mirror, and then suddenly your negative emotions, like the cap jari lah, come and stick, and it becomes such a dirty mirror, So our minds are like the dirty mirrors. So what we are doing is we're using the meditation, which means that the mindfulness exercise, the mindfulness is like the cloth. So you're actually taking away all the fingerprints and making your mind come back like the clear mirror, so that you can see clearly. Can you see your face clearly when there are 1,000 prints? So, but when you meditate, you can see your mind very clearly. How? Because in meditation, what we are doing is that we are removing those prints. That's how you can see clearly. When you can see clearly, you can study better, you can think more clearly, you will pause before you say something stupid, you will pause before you hit somebody in the face, and then you will enjoy every single moment, moment to moment to moment to moment to moment. You will feel free inside here. You will always be in touch with that sky. The sky will not be tainted. If it's tainted for 5 minutes, you know how to bring it back, and then you know how to get rid of those clouds, blow them away. So you're always in a state of happiness. You live long, you avoid diseases, you maintain your mental balance. Because nowadays many people see the black clouds and they freak out. But many people forget that behind the black clouds is a sky like mine. They only see the clouds. They don't see. They see the clouds. They feel the thunderstorms. They see the lightning of their mind, and then they run away. So meditation teaches you to go in and go through the clouds and see. After you go through the clouds, you need to go through the clouds, right? You can't get rid of the clouds. You need to understand where the clouds come. Are the clouds there forever? What happens after a rainy day, after the storm? Does it perpetually rain? Is there a perpetual storm? Right? And then what happens after the clouds, the stormy day? Slowly, the sky becomes clear again. Exactly in the same way, slowly, your mind becomes clear again. And that happens through meditation. I got a question here. How do you continue applying mindfulness when thinking of complex theories or ideas? Is it possible to use the full potential of mind while being mindful? Mindfulness is the underlying energy that brings you back to your true nature of mind, the sky-like mind. Okay? If you want to be in that sky-like mind mode, you really have to just note every single moment. You note your breath. Breathing in, I'm aware that I'm breathing in. Or you are in touch with whatever you're doing. So let's say complex theories and ideas. When thinking about complex theories and ideas, you must understand the complex theories are like, like how to say, one layer. Like the complex theories are just like the clouds that are in front of the sky. Okay? They're not there forever. So recognize those complex theories as being there for a certain period of time, and then there is a sky-like mind behind it, like that. So you need to function as a lecturer, as a student. You need to know theories. You need to do your when you are lecturing or when you're studying, how can you be in that state? Let's say, for example, I'm talking to you now. I'm actually thinking. I'm using my gross mind, my conceptual mind. I'm thinking, but at the same time, I'm also resting in my true nature of mind. How is that possible? I gave you some examples of how to train your mind in this way. To stay in your true nature of mind, every day look at the sky and become one with the sky. Or you have running water in you buy a small little fountain, okay, and then you put it in your room, okay, and then you just that sound of the water, just let your mind become one with the water, and learn how to, and then if you go to the lake, you will see those, the what is that, the aerator, right, the so-called fountain, and then you look at the ripples. Just let your mind become one with the ripples. So your mind becomes one with all these things, and then note how the mind feels when it becomes one. And then each time you are having complex theories and all, you just remember, just close your eyes for 5 seconds and remember the time where you saw this beautiful sky. For me, what works for me is sunset. I train myself every evening as much as possible to look at the sunset or to hear the sound of a fountain. So anytime when I am I need to talk to you and I'm in that state, and you train yourself to be in that state, your mind suddenly has a paradigm shift and you don't even know it. The time where it is between night and dusk, dawn and dusk, this is the time where the mind doesn't have past, future, light, dislight. You just have to look. How many of you have gone to the beach and then just look at the sunset, and then these beautiful rays, or falls onto the sea? You can see the sea turn gold, and at that time your mind just stops, just doesn't think anymore. How many of you have experienced that? Right? isn't it? Which means that you have seen your true nature of mind. Your true nature, you have seen your sky-like mind. So now remember, recall those incidences, how it felt like, so you can even recall the scene of like for example, I recall listening to water, or I recall sunset. So when I recall sunset, and then when I am in that state, so when I teach theories, right, so it's, if I forget my breath, for example, so what I do is I recall that time when I was actually when I listen to water, or I use things in my classroom. If I cannot recall, then I use things in my classroom. A bird sound, for example, or the sound of the aircon in the classroom. So everything, it becomes a bell of mindfulness. So listen, this wonderful sound brings me back to my true self. Listen, this gust of wind brings me back to my true self. And then when I walk in class, when I teach, when I walk, when I feel my steps on the floor, that time I straight away go back to my true nature of mind. And then when I teach, it's far more effective than somebody is teaching from the true nature of mind state. At the same time, there is a conceptual state, but at the same time, there is a sky-like mind that is the source, like a spring for your concepts and your theories. I don't know whether you get what I'm trying to say. It's very experiential, moment to moment. So that's why I said, if you don't train in mindfulness daily, how can you be in that state? You can't be in that state. That state is talking about something when you are like, you have trained for some time. When you drink your tea like this, okay, what's next? Do you see the irony of it? What happened at that time? What happened at that time? You were not noting moment to moment. If you live your life noting everything moment to moment, including when you are teaching, how your hand goes, like how my hand goes, I know how my hand goes. If I point, I know my hand is pointing. If I'm saying like this, I know. And then I can feel my body on the cushion, and I can hear the aircon sound. Every single thing I tell myself brings me back to my true nature of mind. Brings me back to my true nature of mind. It's a daily experience. I go to my car, I hold my car keys, I take out the car keys from the bag. I open the zip. I can feel the zip. Then I take out the car keys, and then I press, and then I open the door. And the moment I open the door, if I'm truly in the present moment, I straight away go back into my true nature of mind state. I'm just fully present. So the true nature of mind state happens when you are fully in the present moment. And at that time, you can still think of your complex theories. Right? So mindfulness is not like here, and then your theories are here. Mindfulness is here, underlying your conceptual mind. Right? So mindfulness is here. And beneath here, is the ocean of your true nature of mind. So mindfulness is the bridge that bridges the gap between your conceptual mind and your true nature of mind. So that's why I'm emphasized on the drinking the tea, eating, whatever that you do it with mindfulness. Why? Before I finish today, very important for those who ask me this question. Mindfulness translates into direct experience. So whatever I do is direct experience. How many of you knew the taste of the tea? You just knew that you were drinking. You felt the tea. You were aware that it is tea. You just knew, you just were aware of its taste, its sensation, its temperature. You were aware or not aware when you drank? How about you when you're drinking water? You're aware, right? So that is phase 2. Phase 1 is mindfulness. Phase 1 means noting. Phase 2 means when it touches the tongue, wow, I know it is liquid. I know it is liquid. It's hot. And then the third phase, so that awareness phase, in Pali we call it sampadhyana. Sampadhyana means directly experiencing it. So that means if I write a book about the tea and give it to you to read a 100-page book about the tea, will my 100-page book give you any experience about what the tea actually tastes like? You read 100 pages of the tea, I can tell you, this oolong tea, pu'er tea, this tea, that tea, Ceylon tea, Assam tea, Darjeeling tea, and then when it comes, unless you drink it, you will never know, isn't it? So that is direct experience. So mindfulness is the basis for sampajana. Mindfulness is sati. Sati transforms into sampajana when you really are experiencing it. You don't experience, you don't know. So after experiencing it, do you think that it was Coca-Cola, or you knew it was tea? You know, right? So it's like it is hot. So that third part is called jhana. Jnana means knowing. So mindfulness transforms into what? Mindfulness transforms into a direct experience and awareness. You're just aware. When you're walking, you're aware you're walking. When you're talking, you're aware you're walking. And then after awareness, it becomes what? The idea that it is tea, it's actually called knowing, knowledge. So therefore, how Isaac Newton knew about this gravity? He was very observant. He looked at the tree. So he was in the present moment looking at the tree, right? So when he saw the thing falling, so he's a direct experience of looking at the thing falling. And then after that arose an insight. That insight is called jnana, right? So now after you have drank the tea, did you get any insights? You knew that this is tea. You knew that it's something lah, it's the tea. So it's like that. So when you are looking at something also, for example, you see a rope, okay, in the middle of a street. Then you look. First thing is you're noting it. This is, if you're not mindful, you will not actually see that thing. So you spotted it. That's mindfulness. And then after that, you go and touch it. Oh, it does. What does it feel like? Is it slithery? So then you realize that it's not slithery. It's just a pipe. It's just a rope. So that understanding is knowledge. So when you're peeling an orange, for example, the act of touching the orange is mindfulness. Noting that that you have to peel the orange, right? And then as you put the orange on your tongue, that texture, that feeling, that you're directly, you are one with the orange. When you're one with that orange, that is direct experience, the sourness and all. Then later on, this is orange. That revelation is insight. So that knowledge, actually, if you cultivate it in every aspect of your life, that knowledge will lead you to liberation, to liberate your mind from the fallacies of a lot of things. We got a lot of delusions. So every single time you are experiencing something directly, it brings you closer to wisdom. So wisdom can never be cultivated if you're not mindful. That's the point. Without mindfulness, there is no direct experience. Without direct experience, there is no wisdom. Without wisdom, there is no liberation. So with this, I end this class. Sorry for taking up more time, but the question was very, very deep. So I hope, Saud, you're watching and you appreciate the answer. Yeah. So let us very quickly dedicate the merits. So dedication of merits means that we have learned so much today, and our minds have become so powerful, so much of so much of energy, and then clarity, and we wish the same for others. So it's like we are passing on this goodness, this thoughts of well-being and goodwill to others. So that is called dedication of merits. So we will recite very quickly in Tibetan language. Is it fine? And then after that we will take a picture. Okay. Sunam diye tamje zepanye topne nye pedra nam pamje ne ke ga na je bala trupai sipet sole do wa resho jaju simcho rimbo je ma ke panam ke jore je ke panyam pa me pa one gondo pe wa resho. So think of anyone who is in the hospital, who's sick, who is sick, who is dying, who have passed away. So you send these good thoughts to them, and those who are also very miserable, depressed, or anyone in your family. Anyone in your family, your friends, people that you don't really know very well, but you know that they are suffering. And then send it to the whole world, these good wishes, that may there be peace and harmony, may all conflicts cease, may everybody learn how to live in harmony with one another by understanding their true nature of mind, by understanding their mind and coming back to their true nature of mind. May all beings practice mindfulness, and may the energy of mindfulness increase in this world. And by the power of mindfulness, may all beings learn how to control their thoughts, their speech and their actions, so as not to harm oneself or others. Thank you very much. May all beings be happy. May all beings be happy. May all beings be happy. Sabbe Sattva Bhavantu Sukhita.